You're watching My City's Choice. For news, weather, and live local sports. Wyln, we're your local network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on Wyln News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Police were on the scene of a reported early morning shooting in Pottsville. The incident occurred around 1 this morning on the 500 block of Mahantongo Street. The Schuylkill Haven State Police held a news conference earlier today to give an update on the situation. Investigators say that the shooting suspect was identified as 32-year-old Jose Cruz of Allentown. According to police, Cruz refused to listen to their commands, then pointed and fired his handgun at the officers. 2 Pottsville officers returned fire in order to protect themselves. Schuylkill County District Attorney Mike Opaque reviewed police body cam footage and determined that the shooting was justified. Cruz was taken to the Lehigh Valley Medical, where he was listed in stable condition. He faces numerous charges, including attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. Fire crews in Pittston were called out around 2 this morning to a blaze on John Street. No one lived in the home, but there was power going to the structure. A fire inspector was at the scene earlier today to look for a cause, although initial reports were that it did not appear to be suspicious. A Wilkes-Barre man admitted in court yesterday to fatally stabbing a homeless man back in June of 2016. 41-year-old Daniel Elias Holdslinger said that he stabbed Kurt Swan, whose body was found in the woods near the Kmart Plaza in Edwardsville on the morning of June 24, 2016. Holdslinger told police that he stabbed a man who came into the truck he'd been sleeping in, but claimed that he only realized it was his drinking buddy Swan after the fact. He was arrested in July of 2016 and also found to be in possession of drugs. He pled guilty on Thursday to third-degree murder and was sentenced by a Luzerne County judge to 15 to 30 years. Another video has surfaced of a police officer restraining a student at the Hazleton Area High School. The newest video, which lasts around 3 seconds, shows the officer punching a boy in the head. It was the same officer that was seen pinning a girl to a table in a video that went viral last month. However, School District Police Chief Edward Harry said that the longer version of the video shows that the male student attacked another student who was sitting at the table eating. He approached him from behind and threw punches. When the officer pulled him away, he then punched the officer before the officer punched him. That incident happened back in January. So far this year, 4 officers have been injured and 1 teacher was hospitalized while breaking up fights. Meanwhile, business owner and mother Annie Mendez and the Anthracite Unite advocacy group are calling for the officer to be fired. A jury found a Schuylkill County man guilty of second-degree murder. 22-year-old Josh Luke Cha of Pottsville admitted to breaking into the home of John Brock back in August of 2015. His co-defendant, Shavinskin Thomas, told police that he and Lukács cut the victim with knives to make him tell them where the bank card was. After obtaining the information, Thomas allegedly slit Brock's throat. Lukács was also seen on video surveillance using Brock's ATM card. The victim's blood and Lukács' DNA were found on gloves near Brock's house. Lukács was also found guilty of burglary, criminal trespass, and access device fraud. As of now, no sentencing date has been set. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office is warning consumers about a new Social Security scam. Attorney General Josh Shapiro says that there's a new twist on an old scam involving Social Security numbers. The older scam involved callers telling consumers that their Social Security number was stolen and demanded certain actions to receive benefits. Now, the scam differs because callers are telling victims that their number has been compromised or suspended. Scam artists are impersonating government agencies and threatening arrest. They tell victims that they must pay up in order to avoid jail time. Shapiro urges residents to be on guard when answering the phone. He says to never give out personal information. People who believe that they have been victimized can contact the Office of Attorney General's Bureau of Consumer Protection. The Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry released its unemployment rate report for January. The state's unemployment rate was down 0.1 percentage point from December to 4.1%. The estimated number of residents working or looking for work was up 10,000 over the month of January. The number of employed residents rose by 14,000 to a record high of over 6 million. The national rate rose 0.1 of a percentage point to 4%. The Pennsylvania unemployment rate declined by 0.5 of a percentage point from January of 2018. The American Red Cross is reminding everyone to test their smoke alarms this weekend. As we turn our clocks to spring forward, it's also a good time to ensure that smoke alarms are working properly. Working smoke alarms cut the risk of dying in a home fire by half. After you turn your clocks ahead, check smoke alarms and replace batteries if needed. It's also important to test the alarms at least once a month and change the batteries once a year if your model requires it. The Red Cross also encourages creating and practicing a home fire escape plan. People can visit the Red Cross website to learn more about protecting themselves from home fires or contact their local Red Cross to find out about smoke alarm installation events within their community. Coming up on Wyln News, mumps have been confirmed at Temple University. Details ahead. Plus, we all know that prescription drugs can be very costly to humans, but what about our pets? We'll explain. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, we'll see some sun peek out, high of 44 and a low of 32. It's probably going to rain during the St. Patty's Parade in Wilkes-Barre, but at least the temperatures hit 50 and a low of 32. The sun should peak the rest of the week, though. We'll be right back.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeil's Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown Village Square.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from the new Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. Come on up the mountain. We have Buick, GMC, Cadillac, we got Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, and Mazda. And we got tons and tons of used cars. Our goal for March, we're going to sell 150 vehicles out of these 3 locations. Blaze says do whatever it takes, and that's what we're going to do. If you're in the Greater Hazleton area, or if you hear this or see this commercial, get in your car and come on down. Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton. And we do take the deals that you guys won't, guaranteed.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Health officials say at least 16 cases of mumps have been confirmed at Temple University. It's the most cases seen since 2011. The Department of Public Health for Philadelphia said Thursday that the effectiveness of the mumps vaccination tends to wane over time, so it's not necessarily a case of unvaccinated people. Wyln talked today with oncologist Dr. Harvey Hotchner to get a better idea of what Jeopardy host Alex Trebek's journey with his recent diagnosis of stage 4 pancreatic cancer will entail.
People think they may have indigestion or back pain, and so people will not think of this as a problem. Sometimes it's found in somebody has a car accident, they have a CAT scan for one, and they find it early. Like I said, the earliest sign that you may see is this obstruction and yellow skin. But unfortunately, there is no study that we can do, or blood test that we can do to find this disease, like we can't for ovarian cancer either.
In Wilkes-Barre, it's the 8th year for the renal race to start off parade day. It all begun when Frank Pekel was diagnosed with kidney cancer. By his side, his wife Erin Rebo-Pekel decided it was a chance to raise awareness and funds. Registration begins at 8 a.m. at Genetti's Hotel and Conference Center on Sunday, March 10th. The 5K race and 1K fun walk will kick off from Wilkes-Barre's Public Square at 10 a.m. We all know that prescription drugs can be very costly to humans, but what about our pets? Representatives Matt Cartwright and Gus Bilirakis introduced the Fairness to Pet Owners Act that would allow pet owners to receive a copy of their pet's prescriptions without having to request it or pay an extra fee for it. The legislation would protect consumers by letting them decide where to buy their pets' medications. It would also protect them by enhancing market competition. Congressman Cartwright said it will give consumers greater access to affordable medications so families can save money and keep their pets happy and healthy. The Lehigh Valley Health Network has been named one of the top places to work by the Morning Call. The Health Network ranks number 4 among larger employers in the Lehigh Valley for 2019. The list is based on employee feedback gathered by a third-party survey. Lehigh Valley Health Network employs around 18,000 people and provides them with generous paid time off, a comprehensive health and wellness program, and professional and leadership development, along with rewards for success and recognition for achievements. It has locations in Hazleton, the Lehigh Valley, Schuylkill County, and the Poconos. It was also named the Lehigh Valley's top workplace for training. And staying with the Health Network, Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is pleased to announce that it will be offering complimentary Valley parking service for visitors and patients. The emergency department project at the hospital has caused some congestion on the hospital campus and a temporary inconvenience to patients and visitors. The hospital partnered with Town Park to provide the free parking service that will run from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. 7 days a week, beginning on March 11th. People who wish to use the service can drive up to the temporary entrance, give their keys to the attendant, and receive a claim ticket. All they have to do is retrieve their vehicle and turn in their claim ticket at the valet station. Hospital officials encourage the community to take advantage of this free service. Coming up on Brockton's News Choice, your week in review. Plus, Hazleton Area High School had their first ever Spirit Day rally inspired by Rachel's Challenge. Stay with us.
It was Sunday morning. I was home alone. I was working on my chains and my left arm felt numb. I started being short of breath. I ended up calling 911. I thought it was a heart attack, but I wasn't really sure. They took me to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Pocono.
You have one heart and one choice when it comes to the best heart care. The hospitals and heart specialists of the Lehigh Valley Heart Institute.
You just don't think it'll happen to you. I'm very fortunate.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Have you been waiting for huge savings on your next truck? The wait is over. Stop into All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during Ram Truck Month to get the truck you want at the discount you've been waiting for. Get a 2019 Ram 1500 for 0% for 72 months and 90 days until your first payment. Or lease the 2019 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Express for $199 a month. The best deals on new trucks are going on right now at All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Monday, a woman sought in connection with the death of a Schuylkill County man was taken into custody. New Orleans police say that 25-year-old Megan Hall turned herself in connection with the murder of Patrick Murphy. The owner of Murphy Jewelers in Pottsville was found dead in what investigators say was the result of being cut last Thursday in a hotel room. No motive or information on how the two knew each other has been released. Tuesday, a Wilkes-Barre man will serve up to 16 years in prison for selling drugs that resulted in a fatal overdose. 34-year-old Eric Scott Malia pled guilty in January to drug delivery resulting in death. Malia and Joan Rosengrant sold fentanyl and heroin to 38-year-old Michael Gumar on January 15th of 2017. Gumar, who was a correctional officer at a state prison, went home that day and fatally overdosed. Rosengrant was also charged with drug delivery resulting in death, but died in the Luzerne County Prison in July of 2017. Malia was sentenced to serve 6 to 16 years in prison and also pay $4,000 in restitution. Wednesday, a husband and wife are both headed to prison for assaulting a young girl in Luzerne County. A Luzerne County judge sentenced 53-year-old Clyde Solt to 21 years behind bars. The 53-year-old from Freeland admitted back in November to sexually abusing the child starting in 2012. Solt's wife Christina knew about the abuse but didn't do anything. She'll spend nearly 2 years locked up in Luzerne County. Thursday, 30-year-old Andrea Lynn Vargas is facing charges of criminal homicide for the death of her baby boy back in January of 2017. The 5-month-old, who suffered severe brain damage in 2012 due to abuse at her hand, required around-the-clock medical treatment until he died nearly 6 years later. Vargas is accused of pulling the baby from his crib and violently shaking him after he'd been crying for a long period of time. She was sentenced to 5 to 10 years in state prison. She was released from state prison on parole last January, a year after the boy died, and was then charged with homicide in October. Friday, police are on the scene of a reported early morning shooting in Pottsville. The incident occurred around 1 this morning in the 500 block of Montongo Street. The Schuylkill Haven State Police held a news conference earlier today to give an update on the situation. Investigators say that the shooting suspect was identified as 32-year-old Jose Cruz of Allentown. According to police, Cruz refused to listen to their commands, then pointed and fired his handgun at the officers. 2 Pottsville officers returned fire in order to protect themselves. Schuylkill County District Attorney Michael Opake reviewed police body cam footage and determined that the shooting was justified. Cruz was taken to the Lehigh Valley Medical Center where he was listed in stable condition. He faces numerous charges including attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. This has been your Week in Review on Wyln News.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road in Williamsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. Packages are available to fit anyone's budget, and there is a restaurant and catering on site. The facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor parties, private parties of any kind. Call 570-384-2314. Get your green on and join us for the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 10th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. live on WYLN TV 35. Thousands of spectators, vintage vehicles, local talent, floats, marching bands, and more. The Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade, Sunday, March 10th. Parade coverage starts at 2 p.m. on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Hazleton Area High School kicked off Rachel's Challenge by celebrating their students and school today. The high school's Spirit Club conducted the first ever Spirit Day parade. Classroom teachers brought their students outside of their rooms and lined the hallway in order to acknowledge and expand the spirit of the parade and the school.
Rachel was the first student who was shot and killed on the Columbine in 1999. Since then, her message has been spreading across this country, even outside of our country, and it's now in Hazleton Area High School, and we're going to continue to have positive things throughout our building. We're going to have acts of kindness, and today we're kicking off Rachel's Challenge along with celebrating our athletes, our cheerleaders, our band, and everyone involved with the spirit in the building, and it's an exciting day.
Everyone celebrated the successes of all of Hazleton area students and joined the kickoff for the school's Kindness Challenge. Not to mention, it was the start of High Five Fridays, which is a chance to make a difference by getting those hands up.
There's a lot of positives that go on at Hazelton Area High School. We have great kids. We had over 2,400 students get a presentation the other day, and you could have heard a pin drop in our auditorium. They were just so excited about having something new in our building, and they've been very, very kind to everybody. They've been spreading the positives throughout the building, and today was High Five Friday, and everyone's giving high fives, and if people come between these walls, they'll know that Hazelton Area High School is a high academic institution and a very positive place for our students.
Rachel's Challenge involves 5 challenges, which include looking for the best in others, dreaming big, choosing positive influences, speaking with kindness, and starting your own chain reaction. It's safe to say that Hazelton area students have accepted Rachel's Challenge. There were no winners last night in Pennsylvania's Lottery Cash 5 drawing, and now the jackpot is rising. The jackpot's been building up since the last win on Friday, February 2nd. A $500,000 ticket was sold in Beaver County. The estimated new jackpot is $2.4 million, which set the record for the largest prize offered since the game began in 1992. And there's still time to get your tickets. Cash 5 is drawn each evening. To win, you must match all 5 numbers. Chances of winning this record-breaking jackpot are 1 in 952,598. So, good luck. And just another friendly reminder to turn your clocks ahead before you go to bed Saturday night, so you don't miss the Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade this Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Wyln is proud to once again bring you the parade live, thanks to Service Electric Cable TV and Communications of Wilkes-Barre. Join Paula Degnan and Gary Perna as they announce the parade and speak with those hanging out watching or working the parade. Once again, the 39th Annual Wilkes-Barre St. Patrick's Day Parade is this Sunday, March 10th, beginning at 2 p.m. Hopefully we can all stay dry. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from the new Blaze Alexander.